I brought this water damaged GoPro Hero 12 with 8 batteries for £37 on eBay. And in this video, we're going to see if we can get it to turn on. And if it does turn on, we'll see if we can get it to record. Then if all goes to plan, we will get some test footage and see if this could be the cheapest working GoPro Hero 12 on eBay. So this is everything that came with it. It came with the GoPro, these 4 original GoPro batteries, and then these 3 off-brand batteries, and then these 2 genuine GoPro chargers. So for £37, that's actually not too sad. So if we move these off to one side and have a look at the actual GoPro, I have removed the rear screen off camera because this took absolutely ages to do, as it's like really glued on. But what I did is I got this knife and a load of alcohol, seesawed it back and forth on all 4 corners, then used some alcohol, me jimmy tool, and then me plastic pry tool to sort of pry it off. And if you look in here, it's covered in salt. I'm assuming that's what these little balls are anyway. And it did look like the previous owner tried to remove this screen because there was a bit of a gap before I started tinkering with it. This thing is water damaged. It did say that in the description, and I saw a bit of corrosion through the battery door. So what we're going to do is take all this out, put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, put it all back together and try and fix it. Let's put one of these off-brand batteries in case it shorts. The red light does come on, but it just doesn't switch on with the power button. So the board might not be completely dead, and the same happens if I was to plug a power cable into it. So what we can do is literally unscrew everything, clean up a few things with alcohol, put the boards in an ultrasonic cleaner, put it all back together, and see if it works. Now, there is a bit of corrosion down there. Well, I say a bit, there's actually quite a lot of it. Don't know how well you can see that, but it's not brilliant. We can try and get some alcohol on it. There's also a bit of corrosion up there. Alright, so now that we've got this GoPro apart, I've literally took most of the things out, and it's taken me over an hour to do because there's just really small screws that get in the way that you can't even access. That's why in the time lapse you probably saw me use some pliers to try and remove a few screws. But now what I'm doing is I'm putting alcohol on these boards and then literally just wiping it off with a brush, just so we can get some of that salt off it, because that's what I think them little ball things are. So then it will be ready for the ultrasonic cleaner. Now, if you don't know how an ultrasonic cleaner works, basically what it does is it removes salt, dirt and corrosion, in this case a saltwater damaged motherboard, by using high frequency sound waves in a cleaning liquid. These sound waves create millions of tiny bubbles that quickly form and then collapse in a process called cavitation, or however you say it. So when the bubbles burst, they produce energy that reaches into small gaps under the chips, between pins and inside connectors where you won't be able to get a brush. Now, by doing this, it washes away all the salt deposits, the corrosion and any other contaminants without having to scrub the board. Then after cleaning the motherboard with the ultrasonic cleaner, it has to be rinsed with some isopropyl alcohol and then dried completely before any power is applied. This side did have quite a bit of corrosion on. You can probably see the rust around the frame there, but I reckon the ultrasonic cleaner could get rid of this. We're not going to do what we did to that water damaged iPhone 13, which was set it on fire, because I actually do want to try and save this thing. So now I'm going to soak the boards in some isopropyl alcohol before putting them in the ultrasonic cleaner, just to remove any loose salt and minerals that are on the board. And as you can see by this, the white specks at the bottom is salt and corrosion that's been removed by the IPA. So now hopefully that should give the ultrasonic cleaner a better chance of getting into some really tight gaps that this might have been clogging. So after 3 minutes of the board sitting in the ultrasonic cleaner, we can take them all out and soak them in some IPA. And here we can see even more sludge at the bottom, which means the ultrasonic cleaner's definitely loosened some corrosion. Then after that, I'm going to dry it on my 3D printer at 60 degrees for about 10 minutes. And then we can put it all back together and then, well, see if it works. Okay, so I finally got the GoPro back together-ish. This back cover won't go back on because I need to glue it. Now we're going to see if it works. So when I put the battery in, I am expecting the back screen not to work because I may have sliced through the ribbon cable slightly. The front one should, so that's what we're going to go off. So let's get to one of these batteries. I have fully charged them. We'll use an off-brand one in case it does blow up. And in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Yeah. Alright, I think it's dead. It does beat more. 1, 2, 3. That means this should be on. Oh, the screen's working. Okay. Yeah, the GoPro's on. Okay, I was not expecting this screen to work. Yeah, I've got it working. Oh, okay. That's full. It's just the front screen doesn't work and there's a black dot there, so I've actually fixed it. I've actually done something for once. We're actually working. Does it recognise an SD card if I put one in? I know this is an 8 gig one, but... Oh. I mean, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It might just be a really bad SD card. Let's try putting this one in. It's 64 gigs. SD card error. It's detected the SD card. Has it? Dunno. It's on 0. Let's get a known working SD card that I've got, because I actually don't know if that one worked or not. Let's go for the SD card in my Hero 12. So this should hopefully work. And I'm hoping it doesn't fry, because this is 512 gigabytes. So let's put you in. SD card error. Right, we'll reformat it. SD card is alright, so there is an SD card error. But the screen works. That's better than it was before. Back screen doesn't work, but this front screen does. I guess you could use it as a webcam or a monitoring system. So what can we do with this thing then? Could we live stream off it? I don't think you need an SD card to live stream stuff off a GoPro. Ah, does this button not work? Okay, this side button does not work. Now, can we record off this? SD card full. Yeah, no. Can we take a photo? Nope. Alright, so I'm assuming that there's still a bit of corrosion in the SD card slot. So what we're going to do is get an old SD card that we don't want. This one's only 8 gigs. I'm going to pour a bit of alcohol onto the actual pins. Then I'm just going to shove it in and out quite a few times to hopefully try and clean them. You know what? A little bit of gunk actually came out then. Let's have a go again. It is going in and out a bit more smoother because last time it was a bit jammed. Alright, now let's try and turn the GoPro on. Alright. We are on, and let's insert this SD card. I'm hoping it reads it. 9 hours, wait. We're recording. I've fixed something. So this broken GoPro Hero 12 doesn't have a rear screen, but the front one works, and it's actually recording. Let's see if the audio works. Alright, the speaker is a bit broke. I actually can't believe I got this thing working. I genuinely wasn't expecting it to. I could try and use it for a bit, see what happens. Council need to do something about this road.
Oh my god.
How many more miles?
0.7.
Oh, whoa!
Oh no. What do you reckon?
How many more miles is that way?
About the same now.
Oh, you might as well send it forward.
Oh, that's bad, that is. You see that massive
Whoa!
rock?
All the bugs are coming in.
There's no way you're allowed to drive down it.
What do you mean? Why do you think that?
What?
Who's paved this road? Wait, is this a 60?
It actually is.
What, you do
I
60?
actually can't. Oh, it's not really an off-road vehicle, is it? I'm actually going to get stuck in now.
Bloody hell. You've shorted it. It's only been 2 miles. Whoa. Whoa. How many miles we got?
0.3.
I mean, it's a slight stream, but the only thing is the water is exactly where your wheels are, so you'll get no traction whatsoever.
No, I shouldn't go for that. What do you reckon?
You're fine on the left, but I don't know about the right.
I actually can't.
Should we get out of a look?
Yeah. This bit's fine, 100% this is fine.
Yeah,
it's just that there. What do you reckon?
I mean, if you send it, you'll be alright.
Fucking made it. Fucking made it.
Alright, so I've left this for a couple of days, and this button started to work after I kept pulling the battery in and out. So the on-off switch works, the record button works, but the only problem is when you do actually record with it, it does cut out sometimes. Sometimes it'll record for about 5 minutes and then turn off, then turn itself back on. And then sometimes this button just doesn't work at all. So what I'm assuming is happening is, it's trying to record, but this button is pressing itself every now and then. so it just cuts power to the whole thing. So what we're going to do is take it apart again, remove that actual button, and then we'll clean this button in the ultrasonic cleaner, put it back together, and hopefully it should be alright. Alright, so it does look like that the battery button is plastic riveted in, so if I would want to remove that, I would have to drill that out or pry it off, which will probably break it. So what we're going to do instead of, there is a slight bit of corrosion on the actual thing there, so I'm just going to soak it in alcohol and then just brush it off, and then hopefully that works instead, because I don't really want to buy a whole nother unit for the power button, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so I've put it all back together and it turns on. I did try and clean the connector for the front screen, but I think the actual ribbon cable is broke for it, so we can't get the front screen working. But the back screen works perfectly fine, which is pretty much all you need. Still records, you can still turn it off. This power button seems to be working a bit better now, but I won't know until I fully test it properly. I've just taped this up for now, just so the screen doesn't come off. And I'm going to test it for a bit, see if everything works, and if it does, then I'm going to glue the screen back together, and then we should hopefully have a working GoPro. And for £37, I think we got a pretty good deal, especially now it turns on. So before we use this adhesive, we should probably read the instructions. Here we go, method of use. Please read carefully before using the produce information. So, large area before use, please do small area what? Alright, so I don't know if you'll be able to read this because it is a bit small, but it's saying, large area before use, please make sure the sticking surface, cleaning and drying. It's pretty dry. None of this is spelt right. Possible stimulation to skin and eye. Please in well-ventilated environment. They can't even write technical data, so this stuff is probably really good. Is this a copy of something? It looks genuine. Now let's put this special glue on the GoPro and hopefully it sticks together. Right, so the special glue has been applied and it's been about 2 days. And the screen does seem to be on there. I haven't tried prying it off, to be fair. And the GoPro still turns on. There you go. Didn't think it was going to then. So the magic glue has done its job. It's glued the screen on. So that's going to be it. Thank you people for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you next week. Transition.